He literally needs to put up like 300 shots a day. And I'm not kidding. Like 200 or 300 shots a day, and that's missed layups.
There has been a growing chorus of voices championing Caitlin Clark's impact on the game. Many ask, what is all the fuss about? Well, when it comes to the overwhelming support for her achievements. Yet, upon closer examination, it becomes clear that this surge of admiration is both well-deserved and transformative for the sport. Caitlin's performance transcends individual statistics or highlight reels. It represents a shift in the very culture of women's basketball. Her on-court prowess, her ability to elevate the play of her teammates, and the fresh perspective she brings have all coalesced into what some might call a revolution that is reshaping the game's narrative and broadening its appeal. Caitlin's influence extends far beyond the boundaries of the court. In every interview and public appearance, she radiates an authenticity that appeals to both longtime fans and newcomers alike. Her willingness to credit the legends of the past, the pioneers who laid the foundation for the game.
She's 6'3" or 6'4", can't hit a layup to save her life, and literal videos have went mega viral of just her missing layup.
Only amplifies her impact. In a time when sports are increasingly intertwined with personal branding and media narratives, Caitlin's humble acknowledgement of those who came before her stands as a testament to her character. It is a reminder that progress in the game is not a zero-sum contest, but a collective journey, one where every player's success contributes to the broader tapestry of the sport. In acknowledging Caitlin's brilliance, one must consider not just her statistics, but also the ripple effects her success generates. Increased visibility for a single player can elevate an entire league. More televised games, higher attendance figures, and a surge in social media engagement are direct benefits of this phenomenon. In essence, when Caitlin Clark excels, everyone involved in the sport, veterans, rookies, coaches, and even the league itself, stands to gain from the enhanced spotlight on women's basketball. This is a lesson in sports economics as much as it is in athletic achievement. When one player rises, the entire ecosystem flourishes. Amidst the fervor surrounding Caitlin's rise, an equally compelling narrative unfolded with the intervention of Lisa Leslie, a figure whose legacy in the game is immeasurable. Leslie, a Hall of Famer and one of the pioneering forces behind the modern WNBA, has never shied away from speaking her mind. Recently, she appeared on a podcast hosted by Angel Reese, and what transpired was nothing short of a masterclass in leadership, mentorship, and honest communication. Unlike many instances in sports media where commentary is confined to superficial praise or partisan debates, Lisa Leslie's approach was refreshingly direct. Rather than aligning herself with one camp or another, she elevated the conversation by emphasizing growth and accountability. One of the most memorable moments came when she addressed a specific aspect of Angel Reese's game, the art of finishing at the rim. In a manner that was both candid and caring, Leslie zeroed in on Reese's struggle with layups, advising her, "The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period." This statement, simple as it may seem, encapsulated a powerful message. It was not an act of derision, but an earnest effort to help a fellow competitor improve. By focusing on such a fundamental aspect of the game, Leslie reminded everyone that greatness is built on the mastery of basics. Her critique was not a personal attack, but a call for continual improvement, a reminder that even the most celebrated athletes can always learn, refine, and elevate their performance. In offering this feedback on her podcast, Leslie did something rare in modern sports discourse. Rather than engaging in a back-and-forth debate or fueling the flames of rivalry, she created a space for constructive criticism. She demonstrated that true leadership in sports involves not just celebrating success, but also recognizing and addressing areas in need of improvement. This balanced approach is what sets apart a mentor from a mere commentator, and it is a quality that resonates deeply with fans and aspiring athletes alike. Angel Reese, known for her strong personality and vibrant presence both on and off the court, found herself at a crossroads during that pivotal podcast interview. As the host of her own show, Reese had complete creative control, a privilege that many might have used to filter out any criticism. Yet, in a surprising twist, she allowed Lisa Leslie's pointed advice to air in its entirety.
I don't know what the big deal is about the fact that Caitlin is getting a lot of love. She deserves that, and she's helped change this game, just as a lot of...
Rather than editing out the critique or attempting to downplay the moment, Reese embraced it, inviting her audience to witness a raw and unfiltered conversation about improvement. This decision was significant on multiple levels. For one, it signaled that Reese was open to acknowledging her vulnerabilities, a rare trait in a league. The discussion also touched on the contentious issue of game scheduling and television exposure. Critics have often complained that certain teams or players receive preferential treatment in terms of national broadcast slots. Yet, as Leslie pointed out, these decisions are not made arbitrarily. They are driven by market dynamics and the undeniable pull of rising stars like Caitlin Clark. When a player's performance draws new fans and opens up previously untapped markets, places where the sport had limited exposure, it benefits everyone. More televised games mean a broader audience, which in turn creates a virtuous cycle of increased revenue, improved facilities, and enhanced opportunities for all players. In this light, the debate over television time and media attention shifts from a zero-sum game to a more holistic view of league growth. It is not about pitting one player against another, but about recognizing that every spark of brilliance adds fuel to the fire of progress. The success of stars like Caitlin Clark, therefore, should be celebrated not with jealousy or resentment, but with gratitude and optimism for the future of the sport.
Other players have. But it is what it is. And I think that we are all benefiting from the effects that she's had on the game. And I just appreciate the way
Perhaps the most resonant part of this narrative is the manner in which constructive criticism was delivered and received. In the modern era of social media, where every misstep is broadcast for the world to see, act on criticism publicly can be a daunting prospect. Yet Lisa Leslie's approach to offering feedback was emblematic of true mentorship. Her words were not meant to humiliate, but to empower, a call for improvement delivered with the wisdom of someone who has been in the trenches and emerged victorious. When Leslie pinpointed Angel Reese's struggle with layups, she did not resort to harsh language or personal attacks. Instead, she offered a straightforward piece of advice that any aspiring athlete would be wise to heed. Learn how to shoot your layups properly. This simple yet powerful directive cut to the heart of Reese's challenge, highlighting a basic but essential skill that is the cornerstone of effective scoring. It was a moment of truth that could serve as a turning point in Reese's career, provided she chose to embrace it. The critique was not solely about mechanics, however. It also opened the door to a broader conversation about the mental aspects of the game, those invisible barriers that can undermine even the most talented athletes. In discussing the possibility of a psychological block that might be affecting Reese's finishing ability, Leslie touched on a subject that is rarely discussed openly in the world of professional sports. The notion of the yips, or a momentary lapse in muscle memory, is a reality for many athletes, yet it remains shrouded in stigma.
herself in certain interviews. And I love that. I love that she's not the player who's like, it's all about her. It's not. She's giving love and homage to those of us that have come before her. She shares the wealth with her team.
By addressing it head-on, Leslie not only normalized the struggle, but also offered a pathway for overcoming it through deliberate practice, focus, and a willingness to adapt. This moment of unvarnished truth was delivered on a platform that is now widely recognized, our YouTube channel, where the exchange was made available for thousands of viewers to witness. The decision by Angel Reese to let the critique remain unedited was both courageous and instructive. In a time when it is all too common to censor or modify content to maintain an image, Reese's choice to allow the full conversation to stand was an act of vulnerability that resonated with fans. It sent a message that even established stars can have areas of improvement, and that acknowledging them is not a sign of weakness, but rather a necessary step towards growth. In this way, the exchange between Lisa Leslie and Angel Reese transcended the realm of sports analysis. It became a lesson in humility, accountability, and the importance of mentorship. By offering tough love in a respectful and thoughtful manner, Leslie demonstrated that true leadership is about lifting others up, even when the truth is difficult to hear. For Reese, and indeed for every young player watching, the message was clear.
And she doesn't have to do that. So I just don't, again, I don't know what the big deal is about the fact that Caitlin is getting a lot of love.
Progress demands an honest appraisal of one's skills, followed by a commitment to refine and evolve. This is the very essence of athletic development, and it is a lesson that will undoubtedly shape the future of the league. One of the enduring themes in this narrative is the way in which seasoned veterans, like Lisa Leslie, continue to influence and mold the new generation of players. Leslie's intervention was not an isolated incident, but rather part of a larger tradition in sports, a tradition in which the greats take on the mantle of mentorship. Her willingness to speak candidly about both the strengths and weaknesses of her peers is a reflection of a broader philosophy that values legacy, teamwork, and the relentless pursuit of excellence.